We're going to watch the TriMet Deputy General Manager because one General Manager is not good enough. We need two General Managers. And that particular man is Mr. Bob Nelson, who Neil McFarland brought back to TriMet at the paltry cost of only $200,000 a year. Only $90,000 a year less than Neil himself. And I, for the life of me, haven't noticed Mr. Nelson having changed anything from the viewpoint that I have, which is listening to the operations. Things have not improved, at least not what I can hear. But Bob Nelson, he looks good, I'll say that. And he talks, listen to him talk. He says a lot, but he doesn't say anything, really. I mean, if you listen to him and you'll see what I'm talking about. He's going on and on and on, but basically none of it matters. My favorite part of this clip is Chris. Chris is in the upper right-hand corner. It kind of echoes how I feel about old Bob.
Mr. President, board members, good morning. I think it's fair to say that imbued in the Secretary of State's audit recommendations as well as our implementation strategies is a common notion of developing trust, to develop improved relationships, to develop improved communication. And that is common to fiscal stability, public outreach, labor relations, employee relations, safety. So that is the, and that improved communication is across all of our groups. It's to our customer base, it's to the public at large, it's to our regional and jurisdictional partners, it's to our employees, and it's to our labor union. And that is foundational to the notion of continuous improvement teams. And Neil, I think, gave a great summary that it really involves engaging people closest to the work, and this is what we started quite some time ago. The audit helped us focus it and narrow it, I think, more cleanly. And we have been doing that, I think, rather successfully, and I've been very pleased with our progress. And as Neil noted, many of the recommendations did have a beginning and an end, but many have a beginning and they don't end, because the notion of continuous improvement is incremental improvement over time. So we're engaged with that. We want to highlight for you this morning the development of an intranet web page, which is called the Operator Gateway. I think you have information in your packet on it. It was developed by operators for operators with technical assistance from our IT department, which reports to me. And it is, as Neil said, the one-stop place to go for information needed to do their work every day. It also provides quick and easy access to abilities to ask questions and give comments to us. Now, the neat thing about this is that every question and every comment is responded to right away, meaning we have heard your comment and your question, we'll get back to you. Within a designated amount of time, a live person is reviewing that and is responding back to that employee. And because of that, we're seeing this, I think, rather significant increase in hits on the web page itself. The notion of the operator developing it, along with our executive e-board, Transportation Executive Board officers from the ATU, gives it on its own a sense of validity. And they assisted us tremendously in promulgating this new web page and helping their members and our employees how to use it and what the value of it is. So we're really pleased with that. Now that's an operator web page, and and that's where it's ongoing, because we got to move to maintenance, we've got to move to our field operation folks. So there's more to be done, but this is a good start. We've got many other good teams working. I'd like to highlight a couple of safety ones that Executive Director Supporta is working on. And through our safety department, we've done some good analysis on injuries to our employees. We don't want employees injured. I mean, they're one of us, right? We want to protect people. But slips, trips, and falls is emerging as almost a pattern of injury. Executive Director supported us assembling a group of frontline folks along with safety experts to examine what's going on and how can we be more preemptive in trying to identify hazards, and then what are the training modules we can develop to avoid those things. And that will involve operators and maintenance personnel as well. Harry just concluded a continuous improvement team related to the rail right-of-way worker safety program. How do we protect our people as best as we can who are working in an active right-of-way? And they came up with some wonderful recommendations. We've got, Neil mentioned the bus operator continuous improvement team, which is still formed. And they are helping us look at the new buses, especially the operator compartment, which is their office. That's where they work, right? And how does it work for them? And they've made several changes that we've taken back to the factory, and with each successive bus buy, we're continuing to modify. They actually visited the bus factory in California and got a tour of how buses are actually made. And that is good information for them, because the members of the frontline members of the committee are not in isolation. We want them to go back to their workforce and let them know what's going on, and in turn bring their concerns back to the team. Labor. Executive Director Shelley Lomax and her members of her team have done an excellent job in regularly meeting with our union representatives in the spirit of mutual problem solving. Neil highlighted hours of service, and there's fitness for duty, and several other things that are recurring on really a weekly basis, including improving schedules. So that the schedule is as efficient and as accommodatable to the operator's performance as we can get it to be. So all of this, in summary, is part of our implementation strategy for these recommendations, and we see, as I said at the outset, a foundation to it, which is building trust, so that we can improve communication to all of our workforces in building relationships as well. So with that, conclude my comments and be happy to take any